Hi guys, so today I want to talk about the holiness of 1 good hour, which is an idea that's like an anchor around which my working life revolves. Because if I'm suffering from a lack of energy, or my mood's bad, or I don't know what my motivation is, it's one clear concept that I can return to over and over, whether I'm needing to kickstart myself at the start of the day, or I think just as importantly during the course of the day when I need to reboot myself. So I'm going to share quickly a few ideas. I think it's going to really help you as well. Let's dive in. So the reason I talk about 1 good hour being something holy is because it is the building block of the rest of your life. If you are not going to believe in that, then what are you ever going to believe in? Because all you're doing is you're offsetting whatever it is that you might do or that you could be into a fanciful notion of the future. And the thing is that to build your life, you have to build it in this hour. That is something that's potentially replicable over and over and over. So if you bring the faith that this hour is important, I believe that everything else opens up for you. So the beauty of 1 good hour is that you can implement it at any point in the day. Now, we all know what it's like. You're having a shocker, you can't get in the zone, you can't lock in. You know there's something you should be doing, you're resisting, or you're just feeling kind of your energy's not good. But then what you do is you pick the top of the hour or the halfway point of the hour, and you say that when 1 o'clock comes, or 1:30 or 9:30 or 3 p.m, but the clear beginning or halfway point, you say that's the point that I'm going. And the lovely thing about this is that, okay, you're feeling a bit crappy for 15 minutes, you're just gonna allow yourself to kind of get through it, because you know you've got a target of your rebooting, and it's about making a clear point at which you're going to kick in. So I will put on the timer as soon as the top of the hour comes, and I will recommit to my life, to my path, to my work, to my art, to my creativity, whatever it is I need to get done. And then I'm a new man. And there's something about also self-forgiveness in these moments, because it's like we all have bad days. It doesn't mean that the whole damn day has to be wasted. So remember, top of the hour, make it count, go again. So the effectiveness of 1 good hour is because it places a limitation upon yourself, and that is very, very helpful. So when you're having one of those days, it feels like an endless continuum, and you've got the distractions coming in here, you've got multiple clients, there's emails, or you're just resisting everything altogether. But there is something about 1 good hour where it's like, yeah, I can really do that. I've got it in me to spite myself, to really go into this and to narrow my focus and to go after one thing. And when you do that, it has a domino effect, because if you really get through that 1 hour, suddenly you're in the groove and you want to go again. You want to replicate what you've just done. So it creates this domino effect and this sense of flow. And even if it's very late in the day and that's your only hour that you get done, you've won the day. If you achieve that 1 good thing, you turn the whole thing around, set yourself up for the next day. So don't be afraid of the limitation. Instead, commit to it. So the question then becomes, what are you going to do within this hour? And if there's one thing I can pass over, it's to have clarity of your aim. And it's not just about the clarity of the aim, it's about focusing on one thing. So you're aiming and you're focusing and you're shutting everything else around it. Something that really helps me is to have the humility before that thing that I'm trying to do. So let's say it's a bar of the piano, and it's like you slow it down 1 bar to its core element until you can play it really well. You're surrendering to your capacity to play this one thing really, really wonderfully, and then you speed it up. And the thing is, it's like sometimes the slower you go, the faster you go. So acquiesce, focus on one thing, aim on it, shut the rest of the world out, and get after it. So the holiness of 1 good hour is particularly useful for anyone who's got a side hustle, trying to build a business, trying to learn an instrument, trying to squeeze their creativity into their life. Because think about it like this. 10 years, if you commit 1 hour every day for 365 days a year, that's 10 years, that's 3,650 hours. Now let's say that you double that because you really get rolling, which is what 1 good hour can do. Suddenly that's 7,300 hours. Now the famous idea is that if you spend 10,000 hours you can achieve mastery at anything. Now, let's say you've already done a couple of hours. It's like you have an almost guarantee with that discipline of self for 1 good hour per day that you will get to mastery in whatever it is you're doing. And if you get to mastery, who the hell knows where that can take you? Who knows what you can be? Who knows what you'll learn and how you'll develop spiritually as well as the skills themselves. So it's like, why is it holy? Well, it's holy because it can transform your whole life. And transformation is the essence of holiness. So remember, that 1 hour before you, that is your whole life. Believe in it. Have faith. Go for it. So how are you going to bring your primary mindset into this hour? Because everyone bangs on about mindset, but fewer people talk about the actual scaffolding of how you develop it. So here are 3 practical tips that really help me. First of all, the damn phone is going on to flight mode, and not only that, it's going into a different room. The world is not welcome to distract you. This time is not for Silicon Valley. This is for the betterment of yourself and of your life. Secondly, you're going to need 2 timers. One is a sand timer that has an hour of sand in it, and you're going to put it on and nothing is happening until that runs through. And the second thing is an egg timer, because whatever it is that you're doing, you want to break the hour down into miniature disciplines. So let's say you're trying to learn an exercise on the guitar. Okay, you're doing that exercise for 3 minutes in a row without any discussion. Quick break, and then you go again, and you're literally timing yourself. Now, not only within that time are you trying to do as many repetitions as you can, but you're trying to do it with a degree of focus and intensity that you have never brought to your work before, because the mindset is not just about the time that you take, it's about the intensity of spirit that you bring within that practice. And it's very helpful not only to have the shape and the sand going down, knowing that's the hour, but also to have the egg timer, which is bringing clarity and definition and actually showing you the reps that you are doing. And you can apply this to anything. If it's coding, you can do 6-10 minute hard runs, and you can take a minute in between, whatever it is. Get the egg timer and use it. I promise you it will be so helpful for the spirit and the verve and the focus and the energy and the amount of reps that you get done during that hour. Now, this might seem obvious, but the one thing that you are trying to do within this hour is you're just trying to improve at something. That is the essence of what it is about, because if you improve, if you throw yourself into this thing with all your heart, and in 60 minutes time, you are better than how you were 60 minutes before, that's progression. That's moving forward. There's a quotation which I heard somewhere, which is that if you're not going forwards, you're going backwards. There's no such idea as stasis. Now, I don't totally believe in that, but I like the idea in terms of your productivity and your working life. How can you commit to improving? What does improvement mean to you? Can you visualize it? Can you break it down? Can you shape it? Can you go after it? Can you see it? Can you narrow it? Can you believe in it? The good hour is holy because you narrow that focus and you bet your life on your capacity to improve. Come on. So guys, my name is Jim and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe if you have. One final idea is that remember that things compound. Sometimes we do have a time of doubt, or we get out of this sense of faith that the work we're doing is going anywhere. And you have to remember that the work that you're doing happens incrementally, it happens invisibly, and every single step that you do compounds and it goes forward. So no matter how stuck you feel, recommit to the holiness of the good hour, because that is where the potential of your life is realized. That's where the building block happens, and it's also where you show life that you're getting back into the game. Keep in there, keep going, and remember, the holiness of one good hour is representative of the rest of your life. Much love, everyone.